as people call me looking for properties to rent or to buy, I'm just gonna shoot them out to you, and I'll send you their contact information, like their phone number, their name, and like a brief rundown of what they're looking for, if they give it to me. But usually, as soon as they come in, I shoot them out. So I'm just gonna
Right.
show you how to call them and really what to say, just because that's usually what people tend to get a little stressed out about. The first thing to note is when you're calling these leads, they're not gonna just bombard you with questions. They almost rarely do. They're usually just as nervous as we are the first time coming out. So what I normally say is when I first call a lead is just simply, hey, it's Khalid with the Investment Property Gurus. I try not to sound too salesy. The reason being, if you come in and say, hi, may I speak to so-and-so, and wait for them to respond and then say, how's your day going? It just makes them really like on edge and antsy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I just casually say, hey, it's Khalid at the Investment Property Gurus. And I kind of say it with a question mark. So like, it's Khalid, like just to kind of make it sound like you spoke to me before, you should be expecting this call, because we're not cold calling these people. They know we're coming, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So I kind of take advantage of the call just by letting them know what I'm here to do, what I'm here to, how I'm gonna work it, and how I handle my real estate. If it's a buyer, all I really want to know is what is it you're looking for, so I can send you a list of properties and we can get started to work. So the things you're gonna need to know is I'll record this meeting and send it to you later, just in case you can't write notes right now. So what you want to know is how many bedrooms and bathrooms they need. That's going to be really important. What area they want to be in. Let's just say they said they want to be close to work or anything like that. Remember on MLS how like in depth it was, how it let you get as creative as you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
The more information you get from them as to what they're looking for, the better you're going to be able to search the first time around. The thing to notice, you're not going to get it right the first time. More often than not, you're going to send them a raw list, and then you're just going to kind of tailor it to get more and more into their taste. But the more you can find out from now, obviously it cuts down those different rounds and rounds of searches.
Right.
So you're gonna call them, hey, it's Caleb with the Investment Property Gurus. My broker just wanted me to give you a call. I see you're looking for a 3-2 in Margate. I just wanted to get a little more information. And remember, you're gonna let them know what you're doing and how. And I just want to get a little more information so I can send you a list of properties. And once I send you that list, just go through it. Let me know what it is you like. Let me know what you don't like, and from there we can either go out and see some stuff, or I can revise it and send you another list.
Mm.
So you really
So
not.
whenever I'm so
Yeah.
whenever I'm dealing with a client, and when they ask for the list of properties, I don't really do that on my own. You're the one mainly giving out the properties that they are kind of interested in. Or how
You're
does that
gonna be
work?
doing it, but you would need an MLS. So until you activate your own, you can just log into mine and use mine. Um, but or if you can't get to it, I can have another agent handle your searches. So all you do is showings, and then you just split it with them. If that makes sense.
Mm. How does that work with the split with the other agent? Like, okay, so
Okay.
in my, you know how in the contract that I signed, it said
Mhm.
that I get 80%, and how does that work with me and the other agent in the team?
Okay, so I have agents where they can be on the computer all day, but they can't get out to show properties. And then I have agents that can get out to show properties, but they can't be on the computer. So what
Mm.
I do with those situations is the people that can be on the computer all day, they'll handle the searches, they'll write the contracts. The person that can be out showing all day or as much as they need to, they can handle the showings and the verbal, communication,
Right.
and they just work together. So one's doing the background work and one's doing the hands-on work, and they split the commission 50-50. And whatever your split is your split on your half, and whatever their split is that their split is their split on their half.
So if I like say like if I have 80%, and if I'm doing the 50-50, I'll keep 40% on my end, right?
No, okay, so let's just say the property is $2,000 a month, right? So the
Mhm.
rental commission, if it's a rental, the rental commission on that is going to be $1,000, which is half a month. So if there's two of you, one agent doing the paperwork and one agent doing the showings, you would each get 500. You'd split that $1,000.
Okay,
And of
got
your
it.
500, you have your split. And of their 500, they have their split. Just because they may be at 10% already, so they'd only pay 10% of their 500, whereas you'd have to pay 20% of your 500.
Got it, got it. Okay,
So
I
it's an
understand
even
now.
split. Yeah, it's an even split. So that's something you can do just to start out. But if you feel you can handle doing everything, by all means, I'll support it. Just let me know whatever
Yeah.
works for you.
Honestly,
So
yeah, that would be like a good starting point for me, like just working with another agent and just
yeah,
I don't mind the 50/50. I don't mind it because I'm learning. Like the first few years, it's just learning and
right.
make a little bit of income here and there, you know. Like that's my mindset on this. I don't plan on expecting high income in the first year. It's just basically learning.
Yeah, so I'll give you different situations for I guess different calls. So this call would be if you're just calling in for the first time, they haven't gotten a list of properties yet, and you want to send them a list. You would just say, "Hey, it's Caleb with the Investment Property Gurus. I got your information. I just want to get you a list of properties and wanted a little more information on what you're looking for." And that's
All
going to
right.
work if they're an investor, if there's someone looking to move in themselves. It's the same line every time because they'll tell you what they want, and all you gotta do is just listen and take notes. And those notes are what you're going to plug into the MLS to send them the list.
All right.
Um, as far as personal information, all you would need out the gate would be their name and email address. But before you send them out, well, before you take them out on showings, you just want to make sure they can qualify for these properties. So some properties in the description, they're going to say 750 minimum credit score, 650 minimum credit score, proof of income 3 times the monthly rent. So you'd
All
want
right.
to ask them, do you know your credit score if they're renting? You know what I'm saying? If you know that's going to be a factor, do you know your credit score? And they can tell you flat out so you'll know if they can qualify for this one or not.
Is it my
Um,
job to do like a background check on them? If they have a credit score, if I know if they have a good credit score or a good income, do I
You
have to
if
do
they
any of
can
it?
access their own credit and background report, they're more than welcome to provide it to you. The reason I don't like to just run a credit and background on every single person up front is because you may show them a property and they like it, and that property wants to do their own credit and background report. So they
Hmm.
would have had their credit ran twice in this one transaction.
Yeah, yeah. Because then if it's ran like twice, it'll lower their credit score then, right?
Each time, yeah. So I
Yeah.
at first I just asked them. I'll ask, do you know your credit score? And if they tell me if it's something low, if they say like a 450, it's really hard for me to help. And I instead of just saying I'm sorry, I can't help you, I'll just say I'm sorry, but any property we go to, I have to submit a credit background and income verification. I
Mm.
can't go get around it. And then I just suggest they go to like a private apartment community because they tend to offer you maybe they'll just say, give me an extra security deposit in exchange for your low credit score. But we actually have to go through a brokerage. So don't make it seem like, you just don't want to help because it's a low success rate. Just tell them, look, I'm sorry, I would, but I have to submit this report on everything. That's the easiest way to
Yeah, yeah. That would that'd be
yeah,
harder for the client to
exactly,
look for
exactly.
something.
Because they will literally, there's no one else. So once you start and commit to helping them, it's going to be really hard for them to move on because no one else is out there going to help them. So it's just let them down up front.
Yeah, that's yeah. Damn.
All right. If they want, so this, if it's a renter, you want to know, do you know your credit score and do you have your move-in funds available? The move-in funds is usually 3 months rent. That's first, last, and security, like we saw in MLS.
Hmm.
Um, if it's a buyer, you'd really just want to know, have you been pre-approved already? So have you spoken to a lender? Do you already know you can qualify and buy this property?
All right.
You're
That's usually
allowed,
the first steps you do, right? You just go to a
right?
lender.
Yeah, because some people they'll just want to get a realtor to show them like dream homes, like they just want to just look around for motivation and they'll never buy anything. So
Yeah.
before you show anybody a property, make sure they're ready to go. So just
Yeah, because
ask
you
them
don't want to
like
waste your time either.
exactly because they'll want to see so many things and then they'll become a hobby. They'll want to do it every weekend.
Yeah.
I've been
That's the
there
thing about this business. It's also about patience too, right? Like with the
a
clients and
lot.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of patience, and then you'll realize a lot of people are very different. So you can never get used to it.
Yeah, that's
You always
crazy.
goes. So from the top, when you call, whether it's a buyer or seller, if I give you someone's number and you reach out to them, you can simply say, "Hey, it's Caleb with the Investment Property Gurus," and then get right into whatever it is you're there to do. Because they don't really like that whole semantics of "How are you? How was your day?" It makes them feel like something's coming. Like, why is he buttering me up with this?
Yeah,
I just they just
it
want to
sounds
get on and
cliche.
off.
Yeah.
Exactly. My phone calls are usually like probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm on and off.
Yeah, because they already know what they want. They don't
Right.
want to go through
So
all that process. Yeah, getting to
exactly.
know them. Nah,
So
they already
you
know
just
what they
want to
want.
know, are you ready to do this? Have you been pre-approved by a lender? Or do you know your credit score and do you have your move-in money? So those are the two situations between a buyer and a renter. A big thing with tenants, if they have a felony conviction or an eviction, it's really hard to place them.
Yeah, of
So
course.
you can also just ask that too. You just want to ask these questions up front because you don't want to be out showing them and then you get surprised with something crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. One thing that a lot of people overlook is I ask everyone, whether they're buying or renting, if they have pets, just because it really applies to the type of property they're going to be looking for. Even if they're buying, if they have a German Shepherd, they might not want a condo. Maybe I'll know, okay, show them something with a yard. If they're renting, a lot of rentals don't allow pets at all.
Yeah.
So you'll find the
Yeah.
perfect place, show it to them, and then pets aren't allowed. All right.
Got it.
Another thing people look over a lot is ask them what kind of vehicles they drive. Some communities won't allow motorcycles. Some communities won't allow pickup trucks with cages on them. Some communities won't let you have a vehicle with any type of branding or stickers on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you got to think there's people out there with lawn companies. There's people out there with trucking businesses. There's people with boats. If you bought this house and you can't park your boat, what do you do with the boat? You know, so that matters. That matters.
Damn, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know some communities are all strict like
They
that.
are. Yeah, I have a friend. He just bought a Toyota Tacoma. He had to let the association know, and they gave him all the things he can and can't do with his Tacoma. He can't put like a back cover on it unless it's the flat one. He can't have anything elevated. It's crazy.
Wow, you
It's
can't.
really
Yeah,
crazy.
that's damn. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So I mean, what I like to do is, let's just say if I get a listing or any property that's in an association, I like to ask for the rules and regulation of the association just so I can read everything. Because some associations, even if you're selling it, they won't allow you to put a sign. They'll fine you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So really, just any association you go into, whether you're buying or selling it for them or renting, once you get into a contract, ask for the association rules and regulations so you can read everything and your client will appreciate it. They'll be like,
And
okay,
that's
yeah,
mainly in communities, right?
yeah, if there's like an
Okay,
association fee, there's probably an association rules and regulations.
got it. Okay, yeah, that
All
makes
right.
sense.
Yeah. So once you talk to them, introduce yourself, and they've told you what they're looking for, I just briefly explain to them how I'm gonna operate, just so they know what to expect, and that's when they can kind of air out either number one, the way you work doesn't work for me, or here's how I was expecting my realtor to work with me. So I tell them I'm gonna send you this list of properties. I'm gonna narrow it to specifically what I think is gonna work for you and just look at it. You can hit favorite, you can save, you can send me text messages or screenshots of it. If there's something you absolutely want to see, just shoot me a text or a call, send me a picture of it and say, let's see it. I'll set it up. If you're realizing you don't like these results over and over, just let me know what you don't like and I can revise it. And from there, all they're going to say is, okay, and I'll open the door for it. Do you have any questions? And their questions are usually on what you just said. They very rarely have totally different questions.
Okay.
All right. And if they, just to prepare you, if they do have complex questions, more often than not, those questions get tossed on to someone else. So if they have a question on closing costs, like how much would I have to bring to the table? How much do I have to spend a month? Especially if they aren't pre-approved yet, let me get you to my lender. They'll answer all your questions. They'll also help you get pre-approved. You're welcome to use
Okay,
whatever
so the
lender you
agent
want.
doesn't have to worry about those type of questions then, right? They don't really have
No,
to.
we're
Yeah.
just here to solve problems as they come up. So we're not allowed to interpret the contract because that's legal advice. We didn't write it. All we did was fill in the blank. I'll
Yeah.
show you. We'll go over a contract tomorrow. I'll show you how to write a purchase contract.
Okay.
So that whole thing is fill in the blank. So because I didn't write it, I can't interpret it for you. All I can do is if you ask me a complicated question, I can say I can advise you to talk to your lawyer. You can have your lawyer look over all these documents and they'll advise you. I can't advise you on it. All I could do is just tell you the part I filled in, what that means, which is like one or two numbers.
Right.
You
Okay,
know,
got it.
if they want to know something about title, the title company handles all of that. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of delegation. And then if there's ever something you do not know, I never try to guess. I just say, let me find out. I'll get right back to you because I don't have it on the top of my head. You know,
Because
these aren't the
if you
problems.
say something messed up, you could get sued for that, right?
Yeah, I never try to guess because none of these are my properties. Even if it's my listing, I've only known this property for like 2 weeks, you know? So let me
Yeah.
find out. I'll call you right back. Is there anything else you want me to find out while I'm finding that out? Just get all their questions written down and then let me call you right back. And then call who you need to call and get back to them.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be real careful in what you're saying.
Yeah. Another little trick where I find hidden business when people come to me to buy a property or even rent something else, I'll sometimes ask them, is there another property somewhere else you need to sell or you're planning to sell? Because you'd be surprised how many people are coming to me to rent a property or buy another property because the house they own is just too run down or they're behind on their mortgage getting evicted and they're trying to, run off. So just asking that, they'll say, actually, I have a property up in Pompano, but the roof just caved in. No problem, we can sell that. So little things like that, just asking the right questions, it makes a big difference. I've gotten
Yeah,
listings that way.
got it.
All right. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing. I feel like I got the gist of reaching out to clients and client contact, but did you have any questions or anything you want me to kind of go over again?
No, I don't really have any other questions, honestly.
Okay.
Because we pretty much covered like a good amount of things actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, how would you like to start? Do you want to start out on the computer or do you want to start out just showing? Because I could get you showings quickly.
Yeah, I don't mind doing the showings. Yeah, honestly.
Okay, so I would just have to make sure whatever you show doesn't require a super or lockbox.
Right.
Because remember, you need the MLS access to open those. But
Yeah.
what I'll do is tomorrow I'll
I
show
I could
you.
I could I could save up like when I start because I have another part-time job. I
Yeah.
could end up getting a super lockbox pretty soon, probably like in a month from now.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't really
perfect.
mind
Because
because
even once you,
I have to invest. I have to invest in it either way, you know.
yeah, either way you're gonna need. You're not gonna. There's a lot of properties that are gonna have it, so it'll start to get on your nerves that you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'll show you number one how to request showings. Like we'll actually request some showings together, and then I'll show you how to write a contract. If someone says I like this, let's write a contract. I'll show you that process.
Okay, and it's through Zoom again, right?
Yeah, through Zoom again. Yep.
Okay, okay, got it, got it. And the showings like when do I expect to do any hands-on work?
Well, honestly, someone sent me a property this morning. It's a short sale in Pembroke Pines. I'm trying to see if he wants to see it, and if he wants to see it, I could just have you show it to him because I've worked with this guy a lot, so it wouldn't be. He's not expecting much, you know.
Right,
He just
right.
wants me to open the door. So,
And where does you said Pembroke Pines or like around what time do you think he expects?
well, it's always going to be around your time. So whenever someone wants to see something, I'll just say, "Let me see when my agent is available." You tell me your openings, and then they got to plug in.
Okay, got it, got it, got it. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna see this later, right, on the Zoom app, the recording.
Yeah. Yeah. It's record. I hope it's recording. Yeah, it's recording. I'm gonna save
Oh,
it and
okay,
I'll
okay,
send
yeah,
you
I
the
see
link
it.
so you can always rewatch it.
Okay, all right,
And
got
then
it,
I'm
man.
gonna do this exact class again. This is just my first rendition. I'm gonna make an actual PowerPoint and everything. So you'll see this whole thing again, in like probably a week.
Yeah. All right, yeah, for sure.
All right, man. So
Okay.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Unless you have more questions today, just shoot me a text or a call.
All right, man. It was nice talking to you again.
Same here. Take
All
care.
right, man. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
All right, bro.